Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Tee It Up Grand Strand. I'm Shan Coughlin, and I'm here with Mr. Jeff Pianelli. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me again.
Great. Well, so we're going to talk a little bit about River's Edge.
Yes.
Just checking.
Question.
No, it's golf season. It's
Yes,
April.
ma'am.
We're having a ball. The weather is gorgeous. I was so ready for some 70-degree weather. And I know the well-documented winter was a little rough on you guys, but you've made some big changes. And let's talk about that and how the golf course is doing now.
Yes, ma'am. We actually made a change in the superintendent position. We brought on Mr. Stephen Martin, who was instrumental in the build-in of both the Resort Club and the Members Club at Grand Dunes. Mm-hmm. We worked a couple of years together there, so he's a big extra touch guy. And the goal is to bring us back to the Golf Digest rankings we were once in, and I don't think we're too far away. I'd say it'll be at least another year or so. But
right.
Layout's still there. We just want to spruce everything up again.
Nice. And I know last time I was out there and played it, it has been a little while, but the views, the vistas, absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And for the folks coming down right now to play, you've got those paspalum greens. I know they're being worked on. But you've made some accommodations for that, and it is still, oh my gosh, just such a great golf course.
Well, thank you. We actually, to be more progressive with the Poanya from the ice storms we had this winter, we started to actually mow lower. So for the golfer, they love it because they don't notice it, but we can see the difference. You can't really tell while you're playing, and again, they've sped up. So pretty much everybody's happy.
There you go. And that's the key. As long as they roll true.
Right.
And
yes, ma'am.
From what I'm hearing, that's now happening. So that's fantastic. I tell you, the winter was hard, especially with the greens. They took the brunt of it, and now you guys. I want to applaud you for taking a situation, realizing what's happening, and being very proactive about it, because a lot of golf courses will hide it.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have some problem, and they'll act like nothing's wrong, and nothing could be worse. But for you guys to come on air, you've been on a couple times, and say, yes, we had a problem, we recognize it, this is what we've done to fix it. Now you're mowing them down a little bit, so the golfers are not going to recognize it unless they're grass experts, I guess.
Right.
And I tell you,
depending, some are all grass experts.
I say that it depends on how much money they lose.
It's very true.
The winner always has a great experience on the golf course.
Well, we've actually done. I try to get into the bar area sometimes to get a feel for how everything went for everybody, and that's part of it. Is they'll ask, because some places could go. We talked about going in to spray them green,
right?
And it's kind of just putting a lipstick on a mess.
Yes.
And not that the greens were a mess. That's not what I'm saying. But as far as
but trying to hide something that's obviously there is a mess.
Right. And that's where being progressive in a healthy way for the turf. There's no spray out there because paspalum's so new. There's no spray that gives you a 90% success rate. Everything was between 50 and 60, and I know if I own the place, 50 to 60% chance of losing something's not a bet I want to take. No,
and like you said, as long as they're going to roll true for the golfers, and they're rolling fast, which again, it depends on how good of a putter you are. But most people would rather have them fast than slow and bumpy every time. Nobody wants to have Velcro greens.
No, and I think that's one thing I've noticed. More folks are pleased with kind of our upfront approach to it.
Yes.
Which is, we almost educate them while they're there, and they kind of come away with a more personal feel for the trip to understand what the weather did. I know, you say, we had a rough winter here, and everybody that's north of us says, oh, well, we had it even worse.
Exactly.
Yes, but we're not used to, if we aim for a 40-degree winter, we should just trust the almanac, because that seems to be right, and the men with the satellites aren't.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, and it's not just the degrees. It was so wet this year, and to be able to combat that, unless you have sun, it's not like you can go out there and put a drainage pump out on everything. You just can't do it.
Or go Augusta with the heat underneath.
Yes, not
great
many
to have that. But.
Not many people can do that. Yeah. No, there's no icing down of azaleas here.
No. And I think that's where the big change when we went from kind of freezing cold the first week of March to 80 degrees the second week of March. So when folks get here, it just kind of has that appearance of, oh, it's been beautiful. You can really tell the difference when you see the dormant grass. Once it starts to go green, I mean, we're almost all green now.
Right.
So things are starting to grow, and when that happens, I mean, the Poania stuff, the issue goes away within another week or two. But again, by being progressive to verticut, roll, and cut a second time, lower the decks down,
Right.
you limit the growth without doing any long-term damage to the grass.
Right. And again, I just think that just letting people know the situation is important. And now we can let them know very quickly that it's being taken care of. Everything is great, because you do not want to miss some of the vistas and the whole layouts. I mean, the green is obviously one part of the golf course, but let's not forget there's still tee boxes, fairways.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you play with Jeff, a lot of rough. Sorry, Jeff. I have to make fun of him because he beat me last time we played. But
The woods are nice, too.
the woods are nice out there.
90% air, 90% air if you're going through the trees.
I've heard that. I've tested it a few times. But that's not always work.
I think you have to hit a whole bunch of them.
I'm at
about 40%.
Yeah, I'm still I need more attempts, I'm sure.
All right. Oh, sound bites from the production booth.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So you don't have the Bubba shot, is what you mean?
No, he's laughing.
No, I don't have the Bubba shot.
No. So, well, and with that, let me ask you: were you happy with the outcome of the Masters?
I was. I mean, I'm a Tiger guy. With him not there, unfortunately, my own pool. I had Bubba. I stared at him. I was playing against my brother. He said he had Bubba too, so I went with Jason Day as a kind of sneak in, and backfired tremendously.
Yeah.
So he won. That's okay. But I think Bubba's a good fit. I think he's grown a lot since even the first one. It's just nice to see somebody that thinks outside of the box. Everybody nowadays with the younger guys, very mechanical, very machine-like looking. And he gets out there and says, I want to hit a 40-yard cut, and people think he's crazy, and then he hits it to 6 feet. It can't be that crazy.
There you go. It
good to
does
see.
happen. Absolutely. Jordan Spieth wasn't immediately the first person you thought of.
That's the scary part is he's an insurance guy. He picked Spieth.
Yeah.
I was like, where'd you get that from?
Oh, your brother picked him?
Yeah. He went to somebody else.
Yeah, I call foul. Well, thank you very much for spending a little bit of
Yes,
time
ma'am.
with us. Let's tell everyone how to get in touch with River's Edge, get their updates, especially if you're planning your trip down here in the next couple months, or even so, if you're planning your trip down for the fall. Definitely take a look at River's Edge Golf Club. How can they get a hold of you?
We've got multiple ways. You can go to river18.com. It's river and the number 18. You can also go to River's Edge. If you search that in the search engine there, you can even go through the River's Edge Plantation site. That'll bring it to us
That's the
as
real
well.
estate site?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
You can buy a house if you want. And then
Plug
also,
for the real estate people.
You also have the Platinum site, the Platinum Card site. That's got us on there.
PlatinumGolfMembership.com.
Yes, ma'am.
All
And they
right.
can even go to your site. I
Yes.
know we're on there too.
At thegolfdirector.com. Just the easiest way is just click that little banner. You don't have to type anything in.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for being
Thank
with
you.
us. And this has been another edition of Tee It Up Grand Strand, produced and broadcast for you by Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com.